if you remember from the previous video, I told you that the good solid choices are sword guys, hammer guys, axe guys, bow guys, spear guys. And now I will tell you why and who. So let's start, for example, with the sword guys, okay? So let's take, for example, all right, let's go. I'm gonna choose one of my guys. Okay, there we go. So let's take a tank actually, which is more representative. Early on, you're going to have three specializations to choose from: the Protector, the Fighter, and the Sword Master. The Protector is a solid choice. It's going to give you 30% damage reduction for the entire group, very big range also. It's possibly going to cover your entire team. It's solid, you cannot go wrong with it, and you can also equip him with heavy armor, right? My personal favorite is a Protector. He's a little bit less, tanky because he doesn't have the 30% buff, the protection buff for your entire team. But the destabilization strike is amazing because what it does, it you kick the enemy and you destroy his guard. Guard is the damage reduction, right? So you throw this guy. So these guys, the fighters, are amazing to take down heavy enemies, like heavily equipped enemies. Like for example, you would take this guy, you could throw him on the enemy tank, for example, and uh, the enemy tank would have something like 40% damage reduction. You kick him, and for a couple of turns, he has nothing. And you can do full damage to the tank, right? So if you want to easily destroy heavier targets or take them out fast, the fighter with this destabilization is amazing. Also, another reason why fighters are amazing is because they can also be equipped with heavy armor, and so they can be also fantastic tanks. Now, the reason why the sword guys do for fantastic tanks also is because of this talent here. It's a little bit down the road, but it's level 8, it's not that bad. Um, and that makes you immune to bleeding, poison, and burning, basically all the debuffs, right? And not only it makes you immune to those, if you upgrade this talent, it also gives you 2 rage every time you would be debuffed. So not only you don't get poisoned, for example, but you are going to be, your damage is going to be buffed every time you would be. Um, and the fact that your tanks are now immune to bleeds, poisons, and burned, it's amazing, right? It's great. Also, they have talents like this one, like Bulwark, that gives you deflection every time you get engaged in combat, which is amazing. And deflection gives you 70% damage reduction for the next hit, right? And also, another reason why I love the sword guys is because they have counter attack. And basically, you can counter attack enemies whenever you get engaged in combat. But I will get into this later. It's not so important for right now. Right now, what you need to remember is that the sword guys become immune to bleeds and stuff like that. They are very solid. You have 2 solid choices to take. The protector falls off as the game goes on, because 30% debuff is very good early on, but late game is whatever. But the fighter remains absolutely solid from very early to the game to super late to the game. So these are the sword guys. And now we are going to go to the hammer guys. As they are called, the brutes. So when you first start the game, you have the Vanguard, the Smasher, and the Destroyer, right? Um, if you want to have a solid tank early on, pick the Destroyer, give him heavy armor. The brutes have amazing defensive talents. They are exceptional tanks with talents like opportunism that gives you protection and brutality, temperance, and overwhelming presence. They also have amazing other talents like guard breakers and armor breakers and stuff like that, right? So uh, the 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 brutes are amazing because they have more defensive passives than the short guys, so they are more defensive by nature, and they can also the destroyer can also have heavy armor, right? There are also some amazing hammers to look out for, so that's a great plus. Also, remember this: um, both on your sword guys and your hammer guys, pick this defensive stance. Early on in the game, your guys are going to be taking so many hits, right? And these, the defensive stance, is going to be generating incredible amount of valor points for you. Um, I have the Valorous Duel because I am super late game right now and I kill enemies very fast. So my guys don't get hit that much. So they don't have the opportunity to generate through this. Early on in the game, this is going to save your life. So take it. Uh, Now, I talked about the axe guys, right? The axe guys early on, basically you need them for one reason. And that reason is this, the berserker. Um, you could you could pick the sentinel. They are not bad. Sentinel gives you movement for the entire team. Um, if you want to have a tank sentinel, absolutely have it. It's fine. Um, but where the true power of the axe guys is on the berserker. The berserker is going to be an amazing addition to your team early on, with his two-handed axe. The DPS that he does is amazing. Um, Talent-wise, go for Valorous Duel, and you have many good choices here. First Blood and Fanatism is nice if you don't mind too much. Um, and some of, by the way, don't worry about some of these talents that you don't see here. Some of these talents, I have them because they open up as you play the game, as you defeat content and stuff like that, and you unlock more classes, more specializations. You have more passives in the game. So Berserker. The Berserker is amazing early on, very nice DPS, very nice melee DPS. It's going to destroy heavy targets. Give him a nice, keep his axe upgraded at all times. His damage depends on it, and yeah, let him rip. And critical damage, critical hit chance is important for these guys. But again, we will go into this another time. Then you have your archers. You have your archers. You have hunter, beastmaster, and infantryman at first, right? Um, infantryman is actually an incredibly solid choice. You cannot go wrong with it, because then the infantryman is, if you have played games like XCOM, for example, where you set them up in an area with Overwatch and they shoot everything that moves in that area, that's exactly what happens here. You put a cone on the ground, and whatever moves inside that cone, you can shoot them. Uh, so infantryman is absolutely solid. Hunter is not bad either. If you have a bear or a couple of bears, choose another, get another one in your team, and make him a beastmaster with beast mastery, so you can control the pets and stuff like that. You can have an infantryman, and if you pick this, you can control pets anyway. So controlling the animals is based on this talent here. So infantryman with an archer, having an archer in your team with infantryman early on is very solid too. And then if we go to the spear guys that I've been telling you about, so the infantry guys early on, you have the harpooner, the herald, and the pikeman. The Hermal buffs everyone with damage. The Harpooner throws a harpoon, right? And the Pikeman is the class I've been telling you about. This is a very good one early on and mid game because what it does is that it it puts down a cone on the ground, an area of control, and whoever goes into this area, he gets stabbed and pinned on the ground. So if you want to block access to area or protect your some of your allies with and keep enemies away, for example, this is a fantastic ability early on, very useful and very practical, let's say. And yeah, also the spear guys have other nice talents. Early on, give him the valorous support. You won't be killing too much in the game with the spear guys early on. So recovering a valor point whenever you pass his turn next to a friend is great. And also for your archers, I forgot to tell you that your archer is the same thing. Late game, when you're gonna be doing too much enough damage, pick this. Early on in the game, though, you're not gonna be killing too much unless you are hitting the last shot, right? But either way, valor support is going to be way more useful for you throughout your campaign early on, because you will be able to regularly uh, generate a valor point whenever you pass his turn next to a friend. Um, and that's going to happen way more often than the amount of times that you're going to be killing someone. Because the archers early on, they do supportive damage, they don't one-shot people, or they don't do enough damage to actually kill everyone straight up, right? Uh, so basically that's it. It's a shorter guide for today than the other one, I think. But the important thing is that you need to remember some basic things. Don't overcomplicate things again. Try out different specializations, play out a little bit. But because I do know that resources early on in the game are limited and you don't have enough money to respec all the time and do stuff like that, it's why I wanted to give you some solid choices, some solid classes, tell you why they work. And if you have any questions about specifications or specific things that make these classes work, put them down in the comments below. I will answer. I will do my best to answer all your questions. Um, and yeah, or just find me on stream. Even if I don't play Wartales when you come on, I will be more than happy to answer all your questions. Alright, so if you want more Wartale guides and more endgame builds, subscribe. I have a lot more coming after this one. And that's it. I will see you on the next one. Overlord out.